What is good, YouTube? We're here. We're starting a creepy TikTok video reaction channel. I don't know. I'm trying to make that smoother. But this is the first. I'm going to try to do at least one of these a week, and I might do some other reaction videos. I don't know. We'll see. But I like reaction videos. They're fun. I like watching creepy TikToks. So now we're going to see my reactions. So, without further ado, I guess we'll get it started.
Everybody don't deserve to be around you. Everybody don't deserve to feel your energy. You don't need to give your energy to just anybody. You gotta be careful. I'm really mindful on who I let in. Because this space right here is sacred.
I don't know what's up with this audio.
I mean, they are stables.
It wasn't creepy at all.
Under the ground.
Those ghost boxes are crazy, bro.
That's them interdimensional beings right there.
That's a movie.
You need that magnetite dust, man, because ain't no guns gonna do nothing. You either need that magnetized pressure in order to hit them or fight them. But I promise you, no projectile weapons are gonna do anything. You need that magnetite dust to catch them so where they can't move, and then you need that magnetized pressure to beat that etheric out their ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what makes y'all think that there can't be negative entities on a higher dimension or interdimensional. Because this is crazy. I still want the smoke in 5D. I don't know what y'all talking about. The smoke will continue in 5D.
I'm sorry, bro, but I think those interdimensional beings might have your number. I don't think you're gonna bring the smoke. Just saying.
It'd be so crazy because it's like, what are y'all fighting for? To keep the same shit that y'all been doing?
Well, so far these TikToks are not very creepy, I'll admit.
Because we're aliens. That's so. TV is slowly rotting your brain and turning it into a slimy, gooey, mushy blob of pudding, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Not wrong there.
I just told you what was happening, and you're still watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. They're finally rotting your brains, just like Mom promised they would.
Do apps really work for ghost hunting? I would have told you no until this happened. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to tell me that number.
First of all, I love when people like think they catch something paranormal and then they put absolute proof, no denying, and it's like we're still denying it. It's not 100% proof.
Yeah, say it. I've had spirits come through the spirit box and read that number without a problem. Four. You said four.
It's pretty weird. I'll give him that. That's pretty weird. Oh lord, he coming. Giraffes don't even make sense, bro. You see that gangly motherfucker? Look at this. Look at the way he runs. Like, it doesn't even... That shouldn't be... It shouldn't exist. Checkmate Christians. That's not intelligently designed. That is the dumbest design I've ever seen. Like Mitch Hedberg said, I'd hate to be a giraffe with a sore throat. Any hoosers. Where'd my audio go? Did I mute it? Oh, I muted it. Oops. Hold on. Let me go back. Yep, that's creepy. Although it could be faked. So it could be somebody over there with a... They say they're not. Ooh, I don't like that. Definitely anybody back there. I mean, I should say definitely, but it does look like it's a wall, so it'd be kind of hard to fake that. That's wild. I don't know.
Now you hear that?
This is Emily's bridge. They say she was supposed to meet her lover here to elope, but he never came.
Dang.
Herself by the rafters.
That's messed up, man. Yo, meet me by the bridge. Yeah, I'll be there. And then he just never shows up.
We asked her
But yo, hanging yourself from the rafters, it's a little bit dramatic.
if she wanted us to leave. We wanted to walk slowly on the other side before we left, but we heard a loud bang and ran to the car.
Oh, this has got to be one of the scariest places on Earth, bro.
You had mentioned that there's interdimensional potential. Could you expound on that?
And then in terms of multidimensionality, that kind of thing, the framework that I'm familiar with, for example, is something called the holographic principle. It derives itself from general relativity and quantum mechanics, and that is, if you want to imagine a 3D object such as yourself casting a shadow onto a 2D surface, that's the holographic principle. So you can be projected, quasi-projected from higher dimensional space to lower dimensional. It's a scientific trope that you can actually cross, literally.
Why is
That just made my brain hurt. So fifth dimensional beings are sending their shadows to Earth? Maybe that's what shadow people are. Now this whole... tell me what you guys think about all the UFO stuff, because I've been following this. I watched this live. I've watched it like 4 times. This stuff is so fascinating to me, and I can't wait till we get more answers. And it might just be Project Bluebeam, but we'll know till we know, right?
That you refer to the phenomenon as non-human intelligence. Why deviate from the basic?
Low key though. You do have a little bit of a reptilian kind of eye right there, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Of extraterrestrial life.
I think the phenomenon is very complex, and I like to leave an open mind analytically to specific origin.
When you say specific origin, are you referring? Can you elaborate on that for those that might?
If it's a traditional extraterrestrial origin or something else that we don't quite understand from either biological or astrophysics perspective, yeah, I just like to keep an open mind on what it could be. Yeah.
Okay.
So my thing on all this, excuse me, I've kind of like I said, I've always believed in aliens. I saw stuff when I was 14, like crazy lights in the sky I couldn't explain. I've had family members that have seen stuff in the sky they couldn't explain. Backed up by multiple witnesses of the same thing. In my instance, there was multiple of us that saw the same thing. So it's not like we were going crazy. Now the government's coming out saying all this stuff's real. My whole thing is like that last video I had written over that it was demons or whatever. What did it say? It said they're demons, not aliens. That might be right. I think maybe religion is all based off of aliens that came down thousands of years ago, left some stories and some lessons and some ways of living, and then that kind of got misconstrued and as the Bible went down and got retranslated, probably some things got left out, a few things might have gotten added in just to help out the people in power at the time. And the Bible is actually, if you look at the original King James, it was like 70, 80 books in the Bible, I think. The original authorized King James of like the 15 or 1600s, but today's version has like 66 books or something like that. So there's a whole apocrypha. It's like this middle section of the Bible that they just removed at some point over the past 500 years. So who knows how many times they've done that? I don't know. Anyway.
Are you sure? Should we? Say fuck it. We're already here. I'm rethinking. Commit. We got it.
Oh, the Duke boys went home just fine that day. Yeah, that would suck. You just want to rob the place, man. I think I might have seen this before. This looks familiar. something else. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, I didn't see anything. But I will say the doors opening and closing and shit is like, it could be easily faked. If I was so inclined, I could go make a ghost video right now and people would probably believe it. I'm not going to, because I'm not a freaking dork, but probably could.
The song Shake It Off was about how I shed my skin every 1,000 years. And the song Bad Blood was about how I drink blood out of my Grammys.
Save some blood for Paul Rudd.
We're here for some.
Couple opinions on this. My first one is, well, I don't know if it's an opinion. It's just I don't know. I don't know whether to believe that the American government has secretly dropped in hints and truths into our media and TV and movies and stuff over the past 60 years, and that they're just blatantly telling us all this stuff directly out loud, or what seems more likely is that the writers of comedy shows think it might be funny to play into the bit a little bit and be like, oh yeah, just tell them this is what we're actually doing. Let the conspiracy theorists have fun with that one. It's probably what's happening. Last point. It is a little weird that the reptilian thing, it has traces back to like anti-Semitism, and it's literally comes from Nazis about Jewish people, and even older, I think. But I think that's where it really took off, and I don't know. It's interesting that a lot of people spew that and don't really know that that's what it comes from. I used to. I didn't know that until probably a couple years ago. And I used to be like, man, I think lizard people are probably running the government. That's probably what's happening. But now I'm like, I don't know. Anyway. As far as those hotspots where EMF frequencies shift. It's probably not fair, but I'm really quick to dismiss like really bad quality camera footage. Dude, we've had iPhones that shoot 4K for like 10 years now, and we're still filming on a fucking rock here. What is this? This dude's 2 inches from the branch. You can't even get a clear shot of it. What the fuck is that? See, if this was shot with an iPhone, I would know exactly what that is. But it's not. It's shot on a freaking Nokia 5720 or whatever. Bro's just standing there checking you out. He's not even... Oh! He out!
This is their plan, people. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said, it's what they warned of, it's what we're dealing with. They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it, make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans.
Well, going back to what I was saying earlier about religion just being aliens and stuff, like all that stuff, demons, angels, those are probably all aliens. So yes, if there are aliens out there, there's probably different kinds of aliens with different agendas and different goals and different things that they want to do in this universe. And there's probably good aliens that just want us to prosper and want us to do well on this earth. And there's probably bad aliens that just want to wipe us out because we're fucking stupid comparatively. But I don't think we have the right idea of like angels and demons. I think we have these entities that we've given names to that's not really what they are. Over the years, they've gotten these more and more stories around them and possessions and all that stuff. And I don't think that's really... Truthfully, I don't think that any religion has all the right answers. I think a bunch of religions have a little bit of the right answers. And I think overall we're closer to Star Wars than we are to, like, I don't know, whatever the Bible says. But... Oh, and last thing, on Alex Jones. Whew, man. Alex Jones is a guy that, like, I think he started out with really good intentions. And he learned a few truths that the normal people aren't supposed to learn. He did some very good investigative work in the early 2000s. And I think once you start finding out that some of these truths, then you're more susceptible to believing other things to be true that may not necessarily be. And I think he just fell off the deep end. I think he found out that there is probably a big cabal of people that are running this world secretly. And I think he found out some of that. And then I think that opened him up to being like, well, if that's true, then this is probably true. And this is probably true. And this is probably true. And then once you fall down that path of that way of thinking, and you're not questioning things anymore. You're just believing that everything is a conspiracy and that you've got the answer. And if this isn't the answer, I'm going to find it. And that's Alex Jones. I mean,
that has just been released, and what it reveals is terrifying. It is called the story of Adam and Eve, and it explains
we know that story, bro.
how the end of the
Just
world
kidding.
will occur. And the scariest part is that it is entirely logical and makes complete sense. It explains that the North Pole and the South Pole shift every 12 to 15,000 years.
I believe that.
When this shift occurs, it triggers a massive apocalypse with earthquakes and giant tsunamis.
Believe that too.
After
Young Adrias, baby.
the apocalypse happens, we go back to prehistoric times, the Stone Age. It also states that the first humans like us lived 10,000 years before Jesus Christ. So we are
Before that.
approximately 13,000 years after the first humans, and we are already witnessing significant events like climate change and other catastrophes. The book also claims that we are the sixth civilization to emerge from the apocalypse. We reach a certain point in civilization, and then everything resets. This would explain many things, such as the Sahara Desert once being green, and Antarctica having forests. Now things are changing, with some places becoming colder while others become hotter. This is why there is mention of the flood in the Bible, and it's likely what happened to Atlantis. It would make sense for a city to be underwater if water wasn't there before.
Could you tell us what has happened?
I mean, good points. Yeah, it's a lot of what ifs, but I mean, es posible. It's not like we know.
When the reptilians have entered your various homes,
More reptilian
they
shit.
access your home through portal entries, and then they either interact with you in your home or they take you elsewhere.
A lot of people have been asking, are reptilians real? And the answer to that is yes, reptilians are real, but they're actually demonic spirits that can't enter your house from demonic portals when you do things in your house that you shouldn't do, and when you don't put on the armor and protection that God has provided us.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just like, how does this guy know? How did he figure it out? Where did he get all the answers? He got a secret book that he's not sharing with us? Like, why does he know that they're... He's like, no, they're actually demons. I know for sure. Blah, blah, blah. Like, come on, bro. You can believe it, but you don't know. That's
Incredible subterranean realm called the Songdong Cave is estimated to be roughly 3 million years old.
Many of you are being
Again,
selected
not creepy. Sorry for this terrible creepy TikTok compilation video. You see that? It's supposed to haunt my dreams. A 3 million year old cave? I don't care.
sovereign humanitarians of the New World. This activated consciousness allows your body to be a divine vessel for light transmission.
Local residents describe seeing reptilian-type humanoid beings emerging from the Songdong Cave.
Oh, we're still going on the cave.
Of service is unlimited.
I think.
Runs through the earth for nearly 6 miles.
Type humanoid beings are
On that thought, Google how deep we've dug into the earth. Go ahead. Yeah, that's it. That's all.
similar to the seraphim or the winged serpents in Kabbalistic tradition.
What was that?
To the seraphim or the winged
I love these videos that put the big circles around people's eyes. And they're like, look, this is irrefutable proof. It's another one of these. 100% proof. It's like, because his eyes got dark.
serpents in Kabbalistic tradition.
Look, I want to believe in all the conspiracies too, but when you show me bullshit, I'm going to call it bullshit. I don't know. But because his eyes went dark and he did a weird thing with his mouth, I do weird shit with my mouth all the time. I'm not a lizard, I promise. That I know of.
Look, man, I get everybody's happy about this Schumann resonance and, you know what I mean, the frequencies rising on the planet, man. But this is crazy, man. Look how many people is talking about this, man. Ain't no organic souls talking about this. It's just a bunch of clones on there. Why y'all so excited about y'all destruction, bro? That don't make no sense to me. Y'all should be begging the gods and goddesses for forgiveness for the sins.
Why do you... I've seen this guy before.
So the Schumann resonant frequency of the Earth and the King's Chamber are directly linked together by frequency and sound.
And when you start talking about, man, the pyramids are trippy, bro. The things they figured out in the past, like, decade with the frequencies that are found to be, like, natural resonances within the pyramids, dog, that stuff trips me out. It's crazy the stuff that they knew. And this guy again with his royalty-free freestyle beat. I don't know. What was the point of that? I love the people that believe it so hard that yell their truths at you. Like, you're a clown! You need to understand you're a clown! It's like, bro, if they're a clone, they're not going to understand. So just keep going about your earthly, you know, your whatever, what do you call it? Biological non-clones or whatever. I don't know. Just people, everybody wants to be right. Everybody has to be right. I don't know. Let me tell you right now. This is my first video I'm going to be posting. I don't know very much at all. There's a handful of things that I know for sure. But even most of the things that I know for sure are things that other people have figured out for sure. Most things I don't know. I'm here to learn, to be open to new ideas, possibilities, and concepts. And it's wild to me when people take these like really hard stances like, this is the truth. You have to know I'm right. Like, why do you need to be right? And who told you? How did you figure it out? Why do you think you have all the answers? Oh, because you want to sell people something. Shocker.
They're not coming from, well, I should say it this way. The significance of UFOs is multiple parts, but number one, it's not what you think it is. It's not coming from other planets. The evidence doesn't suggest that.
Interdimensional.
Yes, and the reason is because time is parallel. It's not linear. Or it's not like we start here and go forward in time. Time is side by side, which means everything in the past and the future is existing in this moment, but within different frequencies.
The Mandela.
Look, I don't know about all that, but what I do know is we owe that man an apology. That man has been spouting out about UFOs for the past decade and a half. He got kicked out of his band. He got reamed. Everybody called him crazy. And then the government just comes out and says, oh yeah, he was right. Yeah, those videos he's been showing everybody, yeah, those are real. We don't know what they are. That poor Mark Hoppus, man.
He's on the board of SpaceX, Tesla, Synthetic Genomics, which is Craig Venter's company, is trying to build artificial life, and D-Wave, and that's it. And this is his particularly poetic way of framing the difference between the machines we build and conventional computers. This is what they look like. There are two of them. These are from our lab in Burnaby in British Columbia. From the outside, they look like giant black monoliths.
Are these AI?
Big metal boxes, about 10 feet on a side, 12 feet tall. And they are powered, they have a fridge inside them, a refrigerator that cools these chips to almost absolute zero. Just a wisp, a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Hundreds of times colder than interstellar space. Amongst the coldest and most isolated and extreme conditions that humans have ever been able to engineer. These fridges, interestingly enough, which are called pulse tube dilution refrigerators, have a thing called a pulse tube, which emits a sound roughly once per second, which sounds eerily like a heartbeat. So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it is an awe-inspiring thing, at least for me. It feels like an altar to an alien god. They really are impressive machines. At the heart of this big box is a tiny chip about the size of your thumbnail. And on
Not
this
very
chip
big.
resides all of the wonder and magic that makes this thing go.
So what is it?
I'm not going to describe in any mathematical detail how it all works.
It's AI. It's got to be, right?
In quantum mechanics, there's this concept that a thing can exist in two states
Schrodinger's cat.
mutually exclusive at the same time, quote unquote. And I'm using those words because the English language was developed before we had concepts to describe what these things actually are doing. But I'm going to give you a roundabout way of understanding this. Imagine that there really are parallel universes out there, and now imagine you have two that are exactly identical in every respect, all the way out to the horizon as far as we can see, down to the last little atomic detail of every single thing, with only one difference. And that's the value of a little thing called a qubit on this chip, which is a contraction of quantum bit. And that qubit is very much like a bit or a transistor in a conventional computer. It has two distinct
It's a long video.
physical states, which we call 0 and 1 for bit. In a conventional computer, these are mutually exclusive. That device is either one or the other, never anything else. In a quantum computer, that device can be in this strange situation where these two parallel universes have a nexus, a point in space where they overlap. And when you increase the number of these devices, every time you add one of these qubits, you double the number of these parallel universes that you have access to. Until such time when you get to a chip like this, which is about 500 of these bits, you have something like 2 to the 500th power of these guys living in that chip. So the way I think about it is that the shadows of these parallel worlds overlap with ours. And if we're smart enough, we can dive into them and grab their resources and pull them back into ours to make an effect in our world. Now, this may sound very odd to you and bizarre, and in fact, I am using language that a normal theoretical physicist probably wouldn't use, but this is, what I'm telling you is absolutely correct and in line with the way that these things actually work. We've been doing this for some time now, and in fact, we have our own version of Moore's Law. The doubling of the number of these qubits on the chip has happened once a year for the past 9 years. So for the last 9 years, every year, the number of these qubit devices has doubled, and it will continue to do so. As a point of reference, in terms of how fast these things are, in one generation of chip, the one from the system that was installed at USC to the one that Google and NASA have now, the speed of the device went up by almost 500,000.
Jesus.
This is the kind of progress that you're going to see with these types of machines going forward. And 500,000 sounds like an abstract number, but I put up a little mental comparison here to see what 5,000 really means. 500,000 is a big number when it comes to speed. All right, so now I'm getting into the last part of my talk where I'm going to make some predictions, some dangerous predictions. So predictions are very dangerous for a variety of reasons. Often they're wrong, which is one. But I think they're important because predictions somehow are our internal desires made manifest. Predictions are about what we want to happen, maybe not what will happen. I'm going to make 3 predictions, and all of them are dangerous in the sense that they're very unlikely to happen, maybe, but I think that there's a very good chance that they may. As an aside, I just wanted to say that, at least in the Valley, Silicon Valley, and maybe in the United States in general, there's a very deep feeling of unease about the way technology has been developing. Because we have all of these vast array of very smart people, and what they're doing is crap. They're building things that cannot last. They're building things that are not...
Yup, look into the light bulb. Look into the light bulb. It's been going since 1902 or something. Yeah. It was a whole conspiracy that the light bulbs used to last for years and years, and the light bulb manufacturers got together and said, hey, we're not selling enough light bulbs. Let's make these light bulbs last less long. Now you have the light bulbs you have today.
Not important. This is a little bit of a controversial point of view, but I believe...
Sorry, I missed that point.
They're building things that cannot last. They're building things that are not important. This is a little bit of a controversial point of view, but I believe it. But I think that the reason for this is it's low-hanging fruit. Computers haven't been around for a long time. And I think that what's going to happen is that as people get more comfortable with computers, the attention will turn from the Twitters and the Facebooks to very important things. So here's my first prediction. I'm going to predict that by 5 years, NASA will have found an Earth-like planet with an Earth-like atmosphere and water on it, and serious people will start discussing how we get there.
I don't think that happened.
And by the way, they're going to use one of our machines to help do this. That's my first prediction. My second prediction is that this business of parallel universes is going to turn out to be very important. This picture that I've got under here is what's called a gravitational lens. When Einstein proposed his general theory of relativity, it came with a bunch of experiments that you could use to test it. And one of them was that if there was a point of light very far away and a galaxy in the middle, that galaxy should bend the light, and you should see a ring. And this was eventually observed. And I think what's going to happen is
I think that did happen, actually. There was a couple years ago they talked about finding evidence of parallel universes.
somebody is going to come up with an experiment to test this reality of these things, and we're going to be able to do so. My third prediction that I'm going to end on is the most important of all. I believe that humanity is on the cusp of the most important technological, societal revolution that's ever occurred. And that's when we got to the point where the machines that we build outpace us in every respect. I don't mean that they're better calculators. I don't mean that they're better at searching. I mean everything. And I think that we're very close. And my prediction is that within 15 years, we will have machines that outpace humans in everything. Thank you very much. Focus.
Oh man, that's a lot. I think I'm gonna end it there because I'm gonna have to go wrap my brain around that because that was whoa. I also want to figure out who that guy was because he was smart. I like listening to him. Hey, let me know what y'all think. AI, computers, and robots gonna take over, and in 10 years, are we gonna have robot NFL? Are we gonna have human teams playing against robot teams? Maybe the robots will be the new Harlem Globetrotters, and we'll just have the Lakers. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys like this video. It's the first one I've done. So, like, subscribe, all the stuff that YouTubers are supposed to say at the end of their videos. And we'll see you next time. Peace.